This is Anemanthele lessoniana, or Stipa arundinacea, pheasant's tail grass, or New Zealand wind grass. And beautiful mid-size semi-evergreen grass. And semi-evergreen means that if you're around freezing, if you're warmer than freezing, you're probably not going to have this die back on in the winter. And if you drop much below freezing, then it's probably going to go dormant on you, and you're going to want to cut this to the ground at the end of winter, or I'm sorry, or near the ground, and have it come back for you. And so that's what I can tell you about its dormancy or evergreenness. These are the flowers, has beautiful flowers that are about 12 to 18 inches longer than the foliage itself. The foliage is 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. And as you can see, the color is the striking feature on this grass. The internal part of the plant, as you can see, has some green in there. It's olivey green. And then the outer parts that get affected by sun, cold temperatures, or whatever it is that's more of a stressor will turn it this lovely ambery golden color. And you'll see some photos in a minute where it was taken in Monterey, where my dad lives, and in that area it never really gets much above 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and most of the time it's in the 50s and low 60s Fahrenheit as the daytime temperature. And as a result, those stay this nice color or even darker all year long. And they also stay evergreen because it doesn't really freeze there, or it's very seldom. So in terms of water, these like semi-regular water, they can take a little dryness, but overall they prefer a little more regular moisture. Unless you're in these cooler areas like coastally, like a Monterey or a Santa Barbara type of a thing, where it's not super warm, so there's not a lot of water demand on the plant, then you can go lower water and still have the plant do well for you. Full sun, it's going to prefer full sun. Most of the grasses do, but this one certainly does. And what else? I think it's good near the coast. The ones that you'll see in a moment certainly like it, and they're right across the street from the ocean. There's a lot of fog there. There's salt spray, and they handle that just fine. Also, they're deer tolerant. The ones down in Monterey get a lot of deer traffic there, and the plants are left alone. So definitely deer resistant plant. So let's talk about design. The thing I love about it is the color. Not many grasses have this striking of a color to work off of. There's certainly ones with different patterning on the leaves and such, and then a lot of others, their flowers are what's interesting about the plant. By the way, these flowers show up in late summer and go in through the fall and early winter. But this one, it's really about the color, and I just love using this color as an accent. I'm going to show you some nice companion plants at the end of this video that I think do well with it. But even in the summer, this one colors up pretty well. I've never seen this entirely green, so I'm not sure what it takes to make this a green foliage plant, but I've never seen it entirely green. So I think you can count on given that here it is in Monterey, and you can see how interesting that orangey gold foliage is. Still has that green foliage in the core, but the real show is on the outer edge of the foliage. And also this is drier. Do you see how in the lower edges some of the foliage is a bit dry and dead looking? I do know that this particular planting uses drip irrigation. There's some showing in the lower part of the plant, and it's in very sandy soil, so I think that low water might be part of why that plant has stayed smaller, and also has some of the dead foliage that you saw there. So beautiful plant. This is in a commercial planting here. One thing I'd say is, as a designer, I don't like using very distinctive colors in mass. I think that they have more impact when you surround them with greens and other plant colors that will set them off. So for me as a designer, I think this is a beautiful accent plant using 1 to 3 or 4 plants depending on the size of the other stuff going on around it, and I think that's how you'll leverage it and get the best effect with it. So Anemanthele lessoniana or Stipa arundinacea, New Zealand windgrass or pheasant's tail grass. Beautiful mid-sized grass, highly recommend that, and see if there's a way you can work that into a design, and here you're starting to see some nice companion plants. Enjoy.